Hi everybody, David Sitzler here to talk about the sales process for selling M&G to our customers. The process works by taking people to the video. The basic premise that we have to understand is that it's not the things that we say that are going to sell this. The video is going to sell it. So everything we do revolves around getting people to that video. So the best way to do that I've found is a four-step process, and it works like this: the introduction, the qualifier, the video, and the close. So let's start with the introduction. The introduction works because the people that we're talking to are familiar with our name, because in the emails that they've received from M&G, our name is prevalent. So when I talk to someone, normally I'll say, "Hi, this is Dave Sitzler. You're probably familiar with my name from the emails that I've sent you about an online business opportunity." That is the essential parameters of the introduction. We want to let them know that we've sent them emails. We want to tell them what our name is. And then we want to find out if they're interested. Now the interesting thing is we have so many people to talk to because there's so many leads coming to us that we don't need to drive interest. It's either there or it's not. So if the people have interest, it's a simple question. Are you still interested in a home-based business opportunity? If they say no, you say thank you very much and you take them off the list. If they say yes, then we move into the qualifier. So just to review, the introduction is very straightforward. It's, "Hi, how you doing? This is me. This is what I'm doing. Are you still interested?" Now we all know that in sales, one of the most important things that works is asking questions, because the one asking the questions is the one in control, and we want to be the one in control. So we're going to finish that introduction with the question, "Are you still interested in a home-based business opportunity?" Now I add to that if you are, this is a unique, one-of-a-kind opportunity, 6 figures, maybe 7 figures for the right person. Are you still interested in a home-based business opportunity? That will create that buzz that you're looking for in the first part of this, because if the person doesn't have that and they might be on the fence a little bit, telling them how great the opportunity is and the fact that it's a unique opportunity can tip them over to say, "Yeah, I'm interested in a home-based business opportunity." Now, step 2 is the qualifier. The qualifier is not a qualifier of interest. It's not to find out if the people are interested, because we just asked them that. The qualifier is to find out if the people have time to be in front of their computer and watch the video right now. So we're not qualifying them for interest, we're qualifying them to see if we can make a sale right now. So if a person isn't in front of their computer, then we schedule a time when it's convenient for them. Because the big rule here is that we never send a video randomly, or just send the video to people that we don't stay on the phone with, because if we do that, we limit our chance to make the sale. Because if you talk to somebody that's already seen the video and you weren't there to answer their questions or guide them through it, what else are you really going to have to say to them? So the key is, during the qualifier, we find out if we can make a sale right now. And we find that out by simply asking the questions. And this is how I do it. Something like this. I say, "You know, this opportunity is something that is unique. You've never seen anything like this, because nothing like this exists out there. And I could explain it to you, but it'd probably be easier for you if you just watch the video, and I'd like to take you to my website. Are you in front of your computer right now and we can spend a few moments together?" Pretty simple, but that's how I do it. So we start off with an introduction. That introduction is a query as to whether or not they're interested, and we establish that rapport of, "This is the guy, I'm the guy that was sending you the emails." The qualifier is to find out if they have time to watch the video right now. Okay? So we've done our introduction, we've done our qualifier, and the person says yes. So now we go to the video. One quick technical point. Before we make a single phone call, before we talk to anyone, we have our email open. We have a new email ready to be sent to them with our name and our phone number and our video for M&G in the body of the email, okay? So that if the person says yes, we then can shoot that email off in a matter of a second. Now, when we do that, we want to make sure that we do it this way. Before I send the video, use a little credibility technique, and I tell them what their email address is. And this may sound like a small point, but in the back of their mind, they may still be wondering, did I really get an email from this guy? Do I remember signing up for something? I'm not really sure. But when I tell them what their email address is, I've called them on the phone and I know their name, it's another layer of credibility. So before I send them the video, I always say, is your email address the correct one, the one that I have here? So once they tell me yes, I simply copy and paste that into that email that I've already got ready to go, and bang, I send it out to them. Now, when they receive the video, okay, I make sure I tell them, I'm going to stay on the line with you and listen to the video with you so that we can pause it if you have any questions. Remember, if somebody gets through that video, you have somewhere between a 50 and 80% chance of making that sale. Depending on how good you handle the other things. The video, if you can get someone to sit down and watch it, it's going to be successful. Because, let's face it, nobody out there has put a program together like this where a person can take what used to be an expense, which is lead generation, and they turn it into a revenue source. And when people get that, it is a mind blower. It's a game changer. It's a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Always talk to people using those sorts of terms because that's what's going to get them on the bubble. Okay? So once you've got the video in front of them, you stay on the line with them and you'll be able to hear through their phone at what point they are in the video. I like to mute the video on my end and watch it along with them so that I can kind of tell where they're at. Okay? Now, when the video is over, the last step is the close. I use an assumption close because in 25 plus years of selling, I have found the assumption close to be by far the best way to make a sale. Because it's hard for a person to say yes, but if you assume that they're going to say yes, it makes it easier for them. And that's what it's all about, making it easier for them. So when they watch the video and they get done, I do a demonstrative positive statement, and then I go to the assumption close. So I'll say something to the effect of, is that amazing or what? Well, first time I saw that video, I was blown away, as I'm sure you are too. Nowhere out there today can you take what used to be an expense and make it a revenue source. That's why this is such a game changer, and I'm sure you agree. Do you see underneath the video where it says sign up now? Go ahead and click on that. That's the close. Now, we have to understand, not everyone is going to just say, oh yeah, great, and just click on that. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to buy, because what we have to understand is that the assumption close works because people do it and it's easy for them to do it, okay? But we have to understand they're not going to necessarily do it the first time. But we have to remember this rule. If they don't say no, anything else they say is yes. So if you go to the assumption close and you say, you see that button underneath the video there? It says sign up now. Go ahead and click on that. Now they may ask you a question about the $50. They may ask you a question about how many leads. They may ask you a question about any number of things, okay? But if they don't say, no, I'm not interested, whatever those things that they say are, is yes. We have to remember that, because a lot of people that use the assumption clause think it's going to work the very first time with everyone. It's not going to work the very first time with everyone, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work. It just means that they need to have their timing right, okay? So, here's what you do. Whatever the question is, you answer it to the best of your ability, okay? And then you go back to a positive demonstrative statement with enthusiasm, and then you go back to the assumption clause. So when you answer their question, you use something different. I might say, look, the best thing about this is that when you sign up, you're not on your own. Not only does the system work for you, but also we're going to be there to train you, to make sure that you know what to do, to make sure that you have the best chance of making that 6 figures or maybe even 7 figures. Now, do you see that button right there where it says join? Go ahead and click on that. So, let's go over the process from the start. We have our introduction. We have our qualifier. We take them to the video and we use an assumption close. If you stick to this, you will sell 50 to 80% of the people that you bring to that video. The one thing to understand, though, is that if you vary from it and you start getting fancy and you start throwing in things, the only thing it can do is bring that number down. Keep it simple. Introduction, qualifier, video, assumption close. So you follow those 4 steps and you practice them and you polish them and you become a professional at using those 4 steps, and the sky is the limit with this opportunity. We're going to have some more later, but stick to the basics and good luck out there. Thanks.